So today we're going back to the object for JavaScript. And object is the only data type that JavaScript has. And as I mentioned, all array, all function, everything are object, okay? That's because it's a scripting language. So everything in JavaScript is a object. And JavaScript object is actually the same as dictionary in Python. Okay, and similar to CSS you have body, right? And then you have property, value, property, value, property, value, right? So the property, value actually is dictionary. And you will use that to build up some CSS some. Is okay so far?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay so far?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the property, and we can save them into what? Save them into JSON, so you can actually copy the JSON file around. And JSON, where do we see JSON before? Selena, where do we see JSON before?
When we were doing Python.
Yeah, we do brief Python. We talk about data science, right? We can create it from the what? The MySQL, a SQL database, a SQLite. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
SQLite 3, and we have a database management tool, and that can actually generate a JSON file. And now you can read it in back to JavaScript, right? Is that okay? And last time I only teach you to read it by doing what? By using JavaScript inclusion. And you can use jQuery to read in. You can use Node.js to read in. Okay, we haven't go to there yet, but that would be something interesting in the future. Okay, and basically your JavaScript, your HTML, your CSS is your web page. Okay, behind your web page you have Python program, you have SQL database, and you actually show it onto here, right? So basically JavaScript, HTML, more likely it's like a GUI design, graphic user interface design. Is that okay? And your Python program library is back-end processing. And you load these different things onto here. Everything in this domain, you created to DOM, SOM, object model, and also JavaScript on objects. Is that okay? JavaScript domain will have JavaScript object, and JavaScript object can operate these different DOM and SOM. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. That actually is the object, and actually it's pretty simple. You can actually create something. So same as the Java, the top level object is called object class. Top level object is called object class, same as that. But here, JavaScript has no class. No class. But we still have inheritance. Okay, there's no class inheritance. So what type of inheritance we have in JavaScript? Amber, what kind of inheritance we have? This one is the Java is by class, and it's actually by the so-called inheritance over the class hierarchy, right? So you have different class and you inherit from your parent class, right? And JavaScript different. It has no class, totally no class. Okay, actually newer EN6 JavaScript has class. Yes, they adapted, but right now we don't teach you that. Okay, newer version of the JavaScript has a class. Yes, but right now we don't teach that. Okay, I want you to get used to the no class JavaScript first. So what sort of inheritance we have? Remember that? Amber, you remember that?
No.
It's by ownership. Remember that? What is ownership? You have a page. This is a paragraph. Inside there is a span. Inside the span, there is an image. So your P actually what? Is an object. Your span is also an object. Your what? Your image is also an object. So your color defined in the paragraph will be seen by span, will also be seen by image. Is that okay? Remember that? But span of other paragraph over here will not have the same feature because it is not by class. It's not span inherit the P class and the image inherit the span class. No, it is not. It is by the ownership, means that you are in my paragraph, then I own you. So you will inherit my color. Remember that? Is that okay?
Mhm.
Yeah, remember that? I actually discussed this before, right? Okay, Tony, are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. How about Ryan? Are you okay here?
Yeah.
So in Python, we talk about class as well, right? In chapter 4, I believe that Tony, you may heard that when we work on the graphic, there is some class like rectangle or square or circle. We use that as an example, and you do inheritance over there. But those kind of inheritance in Python, Java is no longer valid here. Here we only have the ownership, okay? So the first thing is that you can actually, you actually have a class. There's no class, but there's a function, okay? There's a function. So let's look at what is the relationship of function and class. So let's actually go to here, actually bring up the about blank. Okay, bring up this about blank. And then we inspect, okay? Choose console. So a simple object is like A equals name, okay? And then here we have Eric, okay? And then we have age, okay? We have 15, something like that, okay? Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm sorry. This one is wrong. So I make a mistake, okay? I make a mistake because this name is okay, but here this Eric should be a string, so I need to put it as a string. I did not enclose it as a string, okay? Sorry. Okay, then that's A, and then I do console.log. So this one is a object, right? And this object what? This object, I'm sorry, console.log and A, right? This object we can create it here. Same thing, go back to our JSON editor. Last time we create array, this time I create object. So JSON editor over here. This time I try to create the object over here, okay? So that's actually delete this whole thing. Delete this whole thing. So here, let's actually create a object. This one, let me put what actually name, okay? And then here we have Tom, okay? And then age, okay, 15, okay? So here we finish this, right? We finish this one, and then we do this one, we do save, okay? So I'm sorry, let me see. This one actually is, yeah, should be right. So let me save to task, okay? So here that's, okay, student actually is fine. Let me save to student to save it as student. So that's an object that I create using JSON editor, okay? Student actually is fine, okay? So let me put it over here. So I put into chapter 4, there's a student JSON file, okay, save. and here I'll copy to here. Okay, so it's an object. Now it's object 2 entry object, right? 2 entry object with name and age. It's okay, and you can save and you can pass it into the file. So that's how we create object over here, and you can actually test over here, right? This is an object, and we can have a b equals object like this, okay? And then we do console console.log. Okay, b, and this object b will be empty, right? It will be empty. So that actually is a empty object. We can do c equals new object. In new and no new, the same. Is that okay? New and no new, the same. Which one better? I prefer to have new. Is that okay? I prefer to have new. New and no new in JavaScript actually is the same. And new in in Java language is to allocate some memory for you, right? In Python, there's no new, right? There's no new. So either you use a Python format, no new, or Java format with new is okay, also okay. For me, I prefer to have new just because of the name. Now we have this one, we have this, the so-called ABC, right? B and C are object type, and actually A is a fixed type. So here my B's name, the B's actually name equals Tom. Okay, then I do console log. And B has one data entry called Tom. So what? So that what does this tell you? Ryan, what did this tell you? Same as array, you can add any data at any time, right? Am I correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, same as array, you can add any data at any time. You don't need to actually declare a array, okay? So B1 equals 100. Who cares? Okay, there's a data field called 1. So I say array actually is one kind of the object. So how about I have a D0 equals 1, right? Actually D equals object. Let me create something called D equal object. And then D is 0 equals 1, right? And D is 1 equals 2, right? D is actually 2 equals 4, right? D is 3 equals 8, right? So console.log D. It is actually object notation. It doesn't use what? It doesn't use this, right? It doesn't use this, right? But it actually is object type. But I can write a for loop. So I can find no for loop. So for val I equals 0, I less than d the length, I increase, and then actually do console.log I. This one undefined. Let me see. Console.log length. Okay, these lengths undefined. So this one doesn't work. The for loop doesn't work, but I can do the val property. Okay, the property from my D. Okay, and then I do console.log. Okay, these property, these getting the properties and getting the value from that property. And that one, let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. So this one's var p in d. Okay, I'm writing a little bit like Java format. Yeah, sorry for that. Okay. You cannot use the for loop for object, but you do are okay to use this for each loop for it. Is that okay? Any question?
No.
And remember the for each loop is for each property. It doesn't for each object or for each element. Okay, it's for each property. In JavaScript, it's for each property. But in here, actually, you are using almost like what? Almost like an array, right? So it's not array, it's an object. So we should say array is a spatial type object. Is okay? Array is a spatial type object. But we are able to create an object that mimic the array type performance. Is okay? We can still do d of 0 and we would get some data, right? Is okay? You can do d of 0, set some data. So there's no difference except the loop is not, it is not an array type. So for each loop doesn't work. Is okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Here actually this one data length doesn't work. Let me try a different one. Let me try this val actually I equals 0. I less than LENGTH of D. Let me try this one, see if it's possible. Okay. And then here we do console.log and D of I. Okay. So it's not allowed. Okay, let me see. So I see JavaScript length of object. Can you do length of object, the length of JavaScript object? Okay. Can you do that? Your new object, can you do that? Actually, no, you have to write your own function, right? No, you have to write your own. Oh, okay, there is a dot size. I mean, there's a dot size. Let me try if dot size actually work, okay? Let me try if dot size work. How about here, let's just do console.log and d dot size. Will this work? Undefined. Okay, so no, nothing like that. You have to write your own program to test it, okay? Oh, there's a function called object.key.length. Let me try this one. There's a object class has a function called keys of that, okay? So the property, you can get the keys. So let's try this one. Okay, let's try this one. So here I can actually do, let me try this one. Let me try object keys of D. Okay. Yeah, good. So this object of keys is getting the key. So it's similar to what? To Python dictionaries. Python dictionary, you can do dictionary the keys. Remember that? You get the keys. So object of keys, you can get the keys. How about values? Will there be values? So objects that values of my D. Yes, value, you also have that. Okay, so you basically, each one of them is a list. Okay, so it's two lists. So object is two lists. So basically you are able to do objects that keys of D length, that you will get the length of the array. So here we will be able to do var I equals 0, I less than object. Object is the top level class, right? And then you get the keys of this dictionary, and then you get the length. Okay, and I increase. Okay, and here you do have this one called console.log, and then you do D of the index I. Okay, in case that you really want to use it as a array, but you actually use for each loop, it will be better. Is that okay so far? But because it is a dictionary, right? I told you it's a dictionary, so you can get a key, you can get a value. So let me repeat one more time. JavaScript objects equivalent to the Python dictionary. Okay, so if you want to really learn JavaScript object well, you must know about dictionary in Python first. So you can get key by objects.key. So this object is because it's what? It's a class method, right? It looks like a class method. It's a method defined in object class, right? Even though it's not a class, there's an object, the prototype object in object class that's actually has the keys function. And they also provide you free values function. You can get the value free, right? And in Python, you do need to use a dictionary that keys for dictionary that values. And there's another one called dictionary.items. Okay, let's see if this guy also has dictionary.items. So we will have objects that items or D. No, there's nothing like this. Okay, so you can try, but this one don't have that. You have the key and value, but items doesn't make sense because item you use D, that's good enough. Okay, any questions so far? So there is a function called object that can create a bare object, right? It will create a empty object for you, nothing in there, empty dictionary for you. And from there, you can add whatever you want to have. You can add whatever you want to have. So first way to create object here, the first way to create object is starting from empty object. Starting from empty object. That's the first way we can create it. And then you do whatever data field, some property. Is that okay? So add on every time, okay? Okay, it's your property, okay? That's your object. And that's first way you can create, okay? That's first way you can create. There are several ways. Over here, we will introduce to you different way of creating it, okay? So that's the first way. So new object is creating object, and the object is similar to constructor, but it is not the constructor of the class sense. It's copying from a prototype. The prototype of object class is empty object. So you copy from the prototype to you, and from there, you can add whatever you want to have. So it's basic from a prototype. It doesn't base from the template. From template, it's defined by class. This one, no, it's actually a prototype. Okay? And that we will talk about it later. You can add a lot of things in there. So it's a built-in constructor, okay? It's a built-in constructor. So here you can do O1 the testing for it. Okay, good. Now we go into next one. So you can do assignment, okay? You can do assignment, and let's see. Go back to our here, right? So here we have D, right? So we have A, B, C, D. So we have actually A. Let's go back to look at A now. So console.log and print out A is like this, right? So now A that score equal 99, right? And then console.log A. Okay. Okay. Now, remember the array. Array. Can you add array by using this data field type assignment in Java? Yes or no? Array, no, right? Array, no. But object, you are okay. Object, you can create a new data field. Is okay? So how about here if we have a E equals A, okay? So then we actually so.log e, right? Then e.name equals Arial, right? And then console.log e, okay? And then console.log a. So what? The assignment is pointer, right? When E change, A also change. So this one actually from E assignment to A, that means that original data is A has an object. E will also pointing to the same one. Is that okay? So this equal sign means assignment of the address, right? Assignment of the name. Is that okay? It's similar to Java object. Is that okay? But can we create a clone copy? Can we create a copy? Let's try, okay? So either name clone or name copy. So let's do f equals e dot copy dot clone. Can we do that? No. Let me see. Actually, JavaScript object. Okay. Clone copy. Copy object. Okay. Shadow copy, whatever. There are 3 ways you can do copy. 3 ways you can do copy. You have object that assign spread. Okay, let's see. So let's try some. Let's try some shadow copy. Okay. So object that assign. So this one will work. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. Object that assign MP1 and then person. So starting from an MP object, you assign everything from person. Okay. So let's try this one. Go back to my about break. Okay. So this one is not okay. So basically here I would have f equals object that assign. Here I have NT object and copy from E. So F now is like this, okay? F now is like this. So F dot name equals Brian. Okay. Then print out E. E still Arial. F now is actually Brian. Is that okay? So what does this mean? This means when we do A, okay, we create A object. So we create A object, and then we do E equals A, then E will point into the same thing. So when E change Arial to Arial, E will become Arial, like this, right? Now the next one we do use object that assign. So object that assign is a function, right? Object that assign is a function. It's similar to object that keys, right? Object that keys, you find the key properties. Object that value, you find its property, the values. Object that assign is assigning the second object to add to the first object. But the first object right now is empty. So you basically copy whatever in the second object to the first object. Is that okay? So you do clone copy. In that case, you do clone copy. So you clone a copy here. So you will clone Arial and then 15 and 99 over here. And your F will be pointed to here. Then this guy, we change the Arial to Brian. And then you print out F, it will be Brian. But the E still pointing to this object. Is that okay? So that's actually assignment of the reference and also clone copy of the data is different. Okay? Clone copy of data and the assignment of address is different. Equal sign just assignment of the reference. And use what? You use object that assign, and empty object with the physical object. You will copy clone the copy from E object to the F object. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So review. First way we create object is what? Create empty object and then add a field, right? That's the first way. Second is actually clone copy. Is that okay? Clone copy from E to F, right? Or you do only reference copy. That actually is E equals A. Is that okay? First thing is that you create an empty object and you add field to it, right? Second way, I don't create object from nothing. I would like to clone it. So I clone from E to F. This one using object that assign and then put in a empty object there. And then E over there, you will clone copy this one to this one, right? It's a clone copy. Every data field being copied over there. So actually, at the same time, you can also use assign of reference. This really doesn't create a new object. It just assign a reference from A to E. Both of them now will pointing to the same object. Okay, that's the second way to create object. Any questions so far up to here?
No.
How about Empa? Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's quite different from Java, okay? Quite different from Java. How about Tony? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Must remember this different concept, okay? Okay, that's a clone copy. So we finish the second one. We can create by using data field and assign data to it. Okay, so that's actually okay. So we can actually add different data field by using the data field notation, and then from a empty object, and then add different data field to it. And for each property, remember, for each property name, attribute name, a name is attribute name, is a property of the hash we actually print it. Okay, so you can do this or this. Okay, array reference or data field reference, same for object, but not the same for array. Okay, and then value we'll talk about it. You have a data field and you can assign value to it. Okay, that we know. Okay, and the value of an object is a reference. Yes, if you assign O1 to O2, O2 will share the same object for it. Okay, it's only the reference. Okay, that part good. Function is also a value. Function is also a value. Function is also a value. So let's try this one. Okay, this one is very important. Let me see. Let me create a new one. Okay, new one. So here actually we have HTML. Okay, closing HTML. Okay, and let me save us. Okay, I'm going to put there. So Selena, why am I teaching so many JavaScript and Python? What's the purpose for?
So we can understand different types of languages and use them.
And what's for you? What's good for you?
For competitions.
Yeah, help you to do competition. You are 11th grade, so you need to use the next year. It's about a year. Next year at this time, everything are done, right? So you still have 1 year. You need to actually get something at a time, one certificate at a time. Is that okay? One certificate at a time. No need to be greedy. So user code competition, good. Okay. Silver, good. Gold, good. Okay. Whatever you can get, try to get as much as possible. Okay. So now over here, let's actually try this one. So here, let me still put a paragraph. So I would have a message panel. Okay. So I actually put a BR. Okay. Just like before. Message. Okay, so here let me actually still use a button, because button is easy, because I can click and we can start, right? So actually it's easy. So here we would have on click. Okay, on click, we will actually call the main function. Okay, we will call the main function. So right here, we will have script section. Okay, inside the script section, we will have function. Okay, so function main will be over here. Okay, so here we would have here, let me say here I would have var, okay, x equals 0. Okay, and then here I would actually, if x equals 0, I'm going to run function 1. I'm going to run function. Let me see. I'm going to run, let me see. If this x equals 1, let me see. Okay, I'm sorry. So here I would have my f will be equals function 1. Okay, and then I would run f. Let me call it function 0. Let me call it function 0. Okay, so else, and I'm sorry, and right here I'll say actually x will be equals 1 minus x. Okay, and else I'm going to do this one. Okay, my f will be equal function 1. Okay, and then here we would have run the f function as well, and x will also be 1 minus x. Okay, so that's good. Then here I'll do var function 0 equals function. Okay, so here I'm going to do this var msg equals document dot get element by id. Okay, here I'll put msg. Okay, and that's that. Okay, and over here I would have msg. Okay, so here I'm going to pass this msg over. Here I'm going to pass this msg over. So this function 0 will be function with smg, and this msg will be msg.inner html equals I am happy. Okay, and I would have var function 1 equals function. So here I miss a n. Okay, here I would have msg. Okay, and here I have msg the inner html equals I am not happy. Okay, okay. Now I have a global variable called x, right? Every time I run my main function, I will have this. So here actually I can move this one out. Okay, so x equals 0 or x not equals 0, both will run this one. So at the very end of this main function, I do x equals 1 minus x. What does this mean? What does this combination actually mean?
It's basically Boolean values, and x starts off as a false, and then x becomes not x.
It's like this, right? Rotating 0 and 1, right? Is that okay? Yeah, it's like a Boolean function, yes. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when you are 0, you change to 1, because 1 minus 0 equal 1. If you are 1, 1 minus 1, you become 0. So actually it's a Boolean function, toggling. So we call this one called toggler function, okay? So every time you toggle, You run your main function, you will toggle. So if the x equals 0, I'm going to assign function 0, and this function 0 is over here. It's actually a function like this. And if you are function 1, and I'm going to actually do this one. So I should be toggling between I'm happy and I'm not happy. So every time I click main will be run like this. I'll get the MSG and then pass it to my f function. But my f function can be function 0 or function 1. Okay, so let's see. Oh, sorry, my button, I did not give it a click me. Okay, so I can barely see it. Okay, save all. Okay, there's a click me now. So click. Is that okay? Show you two things. The toggle work every time you change to different toggle. Second, whenever your x equals 0 or 1, it pick different function. And the different function is picked because I'm defining a function. This one is a function without name. Function without name being assigned to a variable here. So right here, if I do xx and I call this guy yy, is that okay? Will that work? Will that work? Can I assign xx to layer, yy to layer? Yes, I am. I'm okay to do that, right? It's okay. So let me get my Copen 7. Okay. The only reason I get this Copen 7 is too difficult. Let me try some easy one. I just need a body color. Okay. Go back to my function 1. Okay, that's what I want to have. So here I have my script, my style. And I'm going to put my body style over here. Okay, that's it. And then let me try one more time. Okay. So here I have xx and yy. And here I have another name called function 1 and function 0. What's that for? That actually, these two look like the function has two names, right? Look like it has two names. You call function 0 is okay. Call function xx is okay. Call f is also okay. Let me delete this one. Okay, so let me click. Okay. So xy still working. So what are these? And sometimes I don't have the name. Sometimes I do have the name. Okay. So let's talk about this different thing. Okay, number one, function and no name. Here no name, and here like this. Function without name is called anonymous function, right? So you donate money, you don't want yourself to be known by other people. We are a anonymous donor, right? Is okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is okay? So that's a function without name. Okay, function without name or function with a name. Either way, we don't care. So here, function with a name, the function is called xx, but this function object being assigned to function 0. So function 0 is a different function reference. So your xx point to the function. Okay, whatever function, your function 0 also point to the function. Is okay? Is okay? Or even if this function originally had no name, your f0 still pointing to the function. It doesn't matter. Is okay? And then later you have the function 0 assigned to f. Now this f participated the reference. It actually will point you to that one. And we use that one to run it. Is okay? We use that one to run it. So f become available and you can assign anything to it as long as it's a function. So now this function become an object. Is that okay? This function become object I can pass to different people. Just like your array can pass to other people. Make sense? Okay, so this one show you function by itself is an object. Okay, good. So you can store function as value, and you can also show it. So now that's one thing. And you can also store the function to become a data field. You can also store that. Okay, so we are going to make note. So third type of creation of a object is here now. Okay, third type to create object is now. So let's look at this third type to create. Okay, so that one is function one. Let me actually do save as. Okay, here I would call it. Let's still call it function. So let me call it function two. Okay, that HTML. I'm going to keep the color, but this section of main function will be gone. Okay, and I'm going to define a main function over here to restart the main function. Okay, now we are going to write program over here, and this time we are going to run creator. So let's try creator. Okay, so here I would have a, let me see. Okay, I would have a function, and this function is actually called student. Okay, so let me actually call it function student. Okay, like this. Okay, and then actually we have obj equals new object. Okay, and at the very end we will return this obj. Okay, and here we would have a function. This function var called toString. Okay, and we will do something there. Okay, one moment. Okay, so this object, so objects name equals name over here. Okay, let's use n. Okay, let's use n. Try not to confuse people. So objects that age equals a. Okay, so let's put a over here. Then objects that toString, okay, that's equals toString. Let's call this guy ts equal function. Is that okay? So let's assign ts to here. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then here I would actually have return this that name plus. Okay. So now go back to my main function here. Okay. Go back to my main function here. So I would have my S1 student equals new student. Okay, so Eric and then actually 15. Okay, whatever. And here I will do go back to here. So here I'm going to do var msg equals document that get element id, and here I have msg. Okay, and then my msg that inner HTML will be equals s1 dot toString, right? We call the toString function, and that toString function is the object, right? That's right. Okay, go. Okay. Click me. Click. Is that okay? Go back. Go to our scenes here. Okay. Now let's review. Main function is clear, right? You create a using constructor to build a object assigned to S1. No problem. And that object has a function called toString. So I'm going to run the toString and assign the toString to my MSG's inner HTML. That's my message panel, right? So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Create object, and then that object's toString function I assign to inner HTML, right? So that is okay. Now let's look at the constructor. So far, okay. For Tony, are you okay? It's probably a little bit challenging for you.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're okay? So creating object, are you okay? Given the name and the age, we use this function to create object. No, right now, you don't worry about it inside here, okay? You pass the value here, and we create an object called student. So that student actually has two data fields. One data field is name. You assign Eric to there, right? And then the other one is its age. We assign 15 to there, right? So that one check, we know. And then we would do toString. That object, we store it to S1. So the S1 will do toString function. toString function call this. This is what? This is the current object we talk about. Whoever actually call my toString function, that will pass to this. Is that okay? S2 that toString, that S2 will be the list. Make sense? So function, inside the function, you can use this. This is different from Java. Java, where can you do this? You can do the list in the class, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And JavaScript look like there's no instance method. Look like there's no instance method. But whenever you add a this, that means that whoever that the function, that one will pass to me. That is the this. Or in Python, it's called self, right? Self.net, self.h. Is that okay so far? So it's kind of very freestyle. There's no such thing as class or something that will bind you. You write a function, you have this, whoever that this will void, right? This is the so-called what? This is the so-called instance method. So instance method in JavaScript is still a method. Whoever call me will get the list. Is that okay? I'll get the list from there. So S1 will be like that. How about let's actually do second part. So how about let me actually copy this guy and create a second print out panel. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me don't do this one. Okay, don't do this one. Let me actually using the plus equal signs. Okay, so you add to there. And right here, let me actually add a change line mark. Okay, so this whole thing I'm going to copy again and put it over here, right? And I don't need to get the MSG again. No, MSG the same one. Okay, here I have a student 2 over here. And this student 2, let's assign another person. Let's use Erica, okay? 30 years old, whatever. This one, okay, that's wrong. It save and run. Click. I'm sorry, it actually something wrong. Oh, okay, here still S1. Change to S2, okay? I made a mistake. Okay, go back to here. I said go back to here. Click. Yeah, is that okay? So now this S2, when we run the toString function, the this now it's from my S2. My S2 contributed data. My S2 is actually Erica and 30. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. So that's so this toString function you can put to many guys, right? student, teacher, whatever, as long as he has a name and age, you'll be fine. So let's try this one here. Let's try this one. We have a function, okay, teacher, okay, and then here we have name and age, for example, right? Let's do this one, and we actually put this whole thing over here, copy and paste over here. Okay, that actually is a teacher object creator, teacher constructor, right? Who cares? Who cares? Teacher, fine. So here let's do T1, okay, teacher 1, and actually new teacher. So actually this teacher doesn't have Mary teacher, 50 years old, okay, whatever. And then we have the T1, we actually do adding it to my MSG. Now here I do T1, okay. So now it's no longer a student, it's actually a teacher. But it's a teacher and the student sharing the toString function. Yeah, okay. So what? So my toString function now you don't need to repeat it. Whoever wants my function, as long as the data field you ask for, I provide. That's it. I don't care. I don't care who calls me. Is that okay? I don't really care who call me. As long as you give me a list. You tell me who you are, I print your name and age out. Okay? No matter you are student, staff, you are policeman, who cares? Give me your name and age. Is that okay? So it's actually quite flexible, right? Compared to Java. So Java, you need to define class. Here, no class. You just use a function. So function is the constructor for the object. Function is the constructor for object. Function itself is an object. Function can be used as a data field to an object. So function is an object. It can be called. It can be a constructor. You can also be a data field. Okay. Any question?
Nope.
Totally different from your Java. Okay. How about Amber? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So not too hard. If you think about it in JavaScript way, it's actually not too hard. A function you write there, whoever want to use me as a reference instance method, give me this. Okay. If don't give me this, you become a what? You will become a static method. You become a service utility function. It will not be owned by any object. But as long as you put this data field over there, then I am starting to become a instance method. And whoever include me in their object as a data field, include my function into there, it will get the instance method toString. Okay, I have other things like actually get area. Okay, whatever I want to do, I can put them as a data field to the object. And object, you only need a function to create them. So this is the third way to create an object. That is what? That is using the empty object as base, adding more data field to it, and at the end return the reference of the object. Is that okay? So this constructor has return, okay? Different from Java. Java has no return. Python has no return, okay? Tony, are you okay? Right, Tony,
Yes.
are you okay? Yeah? Okay, this is function 2. Let's save as function 3, okay? Save as function 3. Function 3, my student. I'll rewrite my student. I'll rewrite my teacher. Okay. The rest of them should be fine. Let me see. Let me actually see here. So I'm going to, this one is using the previous one, use a new object, okay? That's using the new object. So there's a constructor. Now I'm going to use this name, this gender, okay? I'm going to use this over there. So now come back to here. I would have this dot name equals name. This dot actually age equals a. This dot toString equals st. Okay. Copy this in, put it over here. Okay. Save all. Okay. And let's run. No. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work this time. Doesn't work this time. Doesn't work this time. So let me actually do, doesn't work this time. Let me do it this way, okay? Doesn't work this time. So I have to use a function name and the age, okay? Let me do name x and ax, okay? And then I'm going to put this one over. So I lose this object there now. I lose this object there now. So I have to use this one over here, nx and ax. Okay, I lose that, but I can assign another function to this string. Okay, so let me actually copy that one, put it over here. Save all. This one function 3. Wait, did I save my function 2? Okay, let me make sure, okay. I don't want to lose my previous design. So function 2. Okay, function 2 is using object, okay. Function 3 is using this, okay. Function 3. So this function is no relationship with this outside function, okay. It is actually a data field, but that data field assign an anonymous function to it. Okay, let's run it. Wow, it becomes undefined. Undefined means the nx is undefined. So let me try a different way, okay? Let me actually, that is undefined. So how about this n we pass in here, and the a we pass in here. Let me see. Will that work? Okay, because here we do not put the n and x. Okay, I'm sorry. We do not have a parameter actually. We actually do not have a parameter. Yeah, okay, sorry. Here we actually don't have parameter. When we call, we do not pass a parameter there. So you have to use this 2. That 2 being passed to here, okay? So here, if we change to this, the name, I believe it will work, okay? This dot age, I believe it will work. It's the same one, okay? Let me use this, that will be safer. Okay, so let's put this one over here. Yeah, good. So I can delete this function now. I actually never use this one in this function tree, right? I never use this one. Okay, good. So what? So what do we learn from here? This is a function that's a constructor, yes, and I do this. This is current object. Current object, if I do not specify some a.student, this is undefined. This undefined is okay. I create that, but that this reference will be assigned to S1. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second way you can write your constructor using this. Okay, so we have 4 ways to create object now. First way, your object can be written down in the JSON format, right? JavaScript object notation using dictionary format that we know. Second way is you can create an empty object and then add data field to there, right? Third way, you can use a constructor, and the constructor have 2 ways you can do it. One way is use empty object, add data field to there. And that kind of things, you can share the function from outside using the function name, right? And then here we use this as data field. This as data field, you cannot use the outside function as its toString function. Is that okay? Because you lose the this pointer. You actually heavily use the local list already. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Any question?
Nope.
Is another way to define your thing. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's go back. We actually do pass something. Okay, so we finished using the object way. So I'm going to go through the slides now. Okay, a little bit faster. So now we can use a literal. Literal actually is JavaScript object notation. It's actually equivalent to your Python, except that Python here you would have to put string. Okay, in JavaScript, string or no string, same. Is that okay? In JavaScript, string or no string, the same. Is that okay? You don't need to have string. You will treat it the same. Is that okay? You will be treated the same. Okay. Okay, and then you can do object with or without double quote. That's the same. Okay, actually 2 are the same. Okay, so object literal maintain the following rules of syntax. You have the colon, and then you separate your name and value, and at the end use comma to separate different property. Okay, and there will be no comma after the last property pair. Okay, that we know. Constructor JavaScript has no class. JavaScript function has a property called prototype. Prototype is the object you have. Prototype is the object you have. So we define this. That is the prototype. So you assign your prototype to somebody else. That's actually the prototype. After you receive a prototype, you are able to change the value for it, add the value to it, and you can also clone it to different objects, as we mentioned about the clone technique. Is okay? We talk about a clone technique, so you can also clone the object to other people, so that you can do that. Okay. So a prototype is you have a prototype you can copy to someone. Okay, so you create new. Okay, you had car, that prototype. So car, you can think about car can be a class, some sort of class. You can do car the prototype and set up some value, and then you can new car, you can create a function is creator of a prototype. Okay, so here we have the student constructor. You assign, you create object student object 1, student object 2. Okay, so that portion easy. Every function include a prototype by itself. So that's why we have the this. That's why we have this. Every function include a prototype object by itself. Every function has this. Every function has a cell. It's similar to Python, okay? So JavaScript in the object type is a little bit more closer to Python. It's different from Java, okay? And the answer is using the prototype. So the inheritance of the JavaScript is by the prototype or ownership. It's not by the class. Okay, so here we have a student and we create name and gender and we can use that to make a few copy. Okay, so this means the current object in the function. Okay, sometimes it is this means the prototype. And if you have the this dot toString or S1 dot toString, that this will mean the S1. Okay, that will mean the S1. Okay, so that's the constructor and different scene over here. So we have a main function. We can use the prototype. Okay, now this one is a new one. Okay, now this one is a new one. This one is the number 5 way to create a object. So what? So initially we actually declare a function, right? And this function is nothing, just a function and nothing. And then because every function has a prototype, so I say my student's prototype's name and gender will be this and this. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I say student object 1 is a new object, so it's had the value like this. Okay, student 2 we create, and student 2 we try to alert the age and name. So age is undefined because here we do not put it there, right? This one, student object 1, we assign the age, so it's defined, right? But student 2, we do not assign to it. It create the object 2 from prototype. It only earn the name and gender, but it doesn't earn the age group. So at this moment, the student 2's age is actually empty, right? It's actually empty. And the name is Jiang, right? Then we say the prototype's name we change to Tom. Then we will print out my name for subject 1 and subject 2. And then I can change the student 2's name, assign it to Mary. So now let's look at the result for this program, okay? So this program is interesting. We don't know what it is, but let's look at its result, okay? Let's look at its result. This program is called student 2 program, okay? So let me actually bring that up, okay? So this student 2 you can download from my web design, and here we have JavaScript here, and you work on chapter 4. We have student project. Let me bring up student 2. So student 2, we have this Jiang, gender, new student object 1, new student object 2, assign value to it, print, something like that. Okay, so let's actually run and then actually look at the code. Okay. Okay, I have my function over here. Okay, so let's see. Here we have student 2, okay? So first thing we print out over here, let's actually try, okay? Because it's all alert, so I need to actually compare with my source code, okay? So the first one, we create a new student and print out the student 1's age. Student 1's age right now is a new data field, so it's actually 15. So you print out 15. Okay. Next one, we'll print out the name. Print out the name. The prototype save the name is Jiang, so it will be Jiang because by default the prototype has a name. Okay, so Jiang, we did not specify the new name for it, so Jiang is not overwritten. Gender is not overwritten. Okay, so it's a male student Jiang. And then we create a student 2, we'll print out the age And age right now we don't have it, so it will be undefined. And then print out the name. Name still be Jiang because prototype has the name of Jiang. Okay. Then we actually set the prototype name to Tom. At this moment, because we set it to Tom, so both student 1's name and student 2's name will be Tom. Because we are changing the prototype. We are not changing its local value. So now I assign the Mary only to student 2, not to the prototype. So we do that. So actually, student 1 still Tom, student 2 become Mary. So it's somewhat like we have a prototype. We have prototype, we have name, we have actually gender. Okay, so the name we set it to Jiang. And any object that new from here, you will see the name of Jiang. And here, if we change it to Mary for student 2, then student 2 see Mary, and the others will all see Jiang. Okay, but if I change the name Jiang to Tom, then everybody else will see Tom. Is that okay? And unless that you update your own local copy to Mary, then you will see Mary. Is that okay? Is that okay? And then next one, I actually changed my prototype to Tom. I changed my prototype to Tom, but actually my local copy defined in my student subject 2, still student object 2, still be Mary. So this one will override the prototype definition. It's somewhat a little bit similar to the so-called dynamic linking, okay, dynamic binding. Is that okay? So your local copy override the prototype copy. Is that okay? Now my student 1 changed to Carol. Now my student 1's name actually changed to Carol. Right? My student 1's name changed to Carol. My prototype name changed to Tom. But if we print out the student 1 and 2, it will be Carol and Mary because that's the local copy. I don't need so it will be Carol and Mary. I am not looking at the prototype if I have my local copy. Is that okay? So the data structure is like this, somewhat like this one. Every function is a constructor. Every constructor has its prototype. Okay. So when you do say this, that this will be talking about the prototype data. So person is a function. Person would have a prototype. And if you have a Jane, Jane's prototype will be derived from the person's prototype. And Jane, you can actually change the name. And then whenever you do Jane.name, you will get Jane. Okay. But if you change the prototype, it will not be changed because actually you refer to your own object first before you refer to prototype. But if your prototype, but if your Jane object doesn't have a definition, then they will go back to your prototype to get a value. Is that okay? Just like you do dynamic binding in Java. All right, is that okay so far?
Okay.
And somehow this is a little bit very much in detail. So this method I do not recommend for beginner to use. Okay, I do not recommend for that. So this toString function, we talk about it already. Okay, the toString function, we talk about it already. Okay, so that toString function. Okay, I'll bypass it. Okay, keyword without crow is the same with keyword with code. Okay, so that is easy. JavaScript array and object. So JavaScript is a special type object. Okay, and Python file format we have JSON, CSV, and XLS. Okay, so these two has very good mapping. Java JSON's object is Python dictionary. Okay, array is list, string is Unicode, number int is integer or long, float will be floating point, true false will be capital in Python. Okay, null in Python is called none. Okay, And we can go to the JSON editor to create object and then read it back, okay? Read it back. Same for the object, okay? You can create that and then you can read it back to your file, okay? So that's good. We can read it by JSON, read it in, okay? Array, we tried it already, okay? Let's see how much time we have. We are 9:30 now. Okay. So accessing the object, you can use the property. Okay, you can use the property name, you will get harmony. Okay, you can use data field notation, cat.name. Okay, here you need to put double quote. Here you don't. Is okay? So basically, here is treating the data property like a string. Same as what? Same as Python, right? Same as Python. Python's dictionary, you should use double quote to access a data field. This one is like data field in Java's object, so you don't need that. Is okay? So somewhat the JavaScript mix Java and Python somehow. Is okay?
Mm-hmm.
Any question? No question?
No.
And then you can get the key. So you do objects.key from doc. You will get all the key. That values, you get all the values. Okay? We talked about it already. And we can add value to it at any time. Add more data field to it at any time. Okay? Okay, you can we know this one. Okay? Combining the array and object. Okay, we know about this one. Should be fine. So we can have name, age, and then lucky number. Lucky number for a person can have a array of numbers. So it can be a multiple data entry. Okay. So we can have friend, we have Anna, Dave, and Kate, 3 putting into an array. And then friend 1 is such data field, okay? Friend 1 is Dave. So we can do friend 1, friend 2's name. Friend 2's name, friend 2 is Kate. Kate's name will actually be Kate's name will be assigned with the Kate over here, okay? And then friend 0 is a lucky number 1. Friend 0 is Anna. Anna's lucky number 1 is 0, 1, it will be 4, okay? Is okay so far? So you can mix the array notation to access data. You can mix the array notation and the data field notation to access the data. Is okay? So you do friend 2 and then break it, double quote name. I think should still work. Okay? So that's array of friends. And you can explore it in console. Basically, we tried it already. Okay? We tried the A, B, C, D, whatever. We tried it already. Okay, there's a project one. Let me see how much we still have right here. Okay? We are almost done. Okay, we have project 1, project 2, project 3, and built-in object. So let me bring up the project, keeping track of the own money. Okay. So let me actually bring up my code. Go back to the object. So there is an inquiry. Let me see. What's the name of the program? Project 1, key value pair. Okay, it's called key value. Okay, let me actually open the key value project. So this key value project will have, okay, you will enter Jimmy's money, you can enter Anna's money, you can enter Linen's money, okay, and pass it to 3 number assigned to the own money array for each one, okay? And then we will document write the money that they own. So we actually print that out, that's an array, and then, so what? So let's try. $8, okay. $3, okay. $7. And check whose money. I would like to check Anna's money. Okay, so you actually will print out this. Is that okay? Okay. This one only to show you like you can put the data, create a empty object, and then add the enter to a certain name. Is that okay? And then you query the object of own money by the string. Is that okay? Any question?
Nope.
No, I think that's easy. Okay, we should work on some project, but today we don't have time, so maybe next time. Okay. Second project is storing information about your movie. Okay, this one same thing. I probably just bring up the inquiry object. Okay, I don't go through the slices. This one we have the inquiry. Okay, open the inquiry. So here we have a we have an object of Finding Nemo, and Finding Nemo is an object. Star Wars is an object. Okay, Harry Potter is an object. So each object, each property associated with a object by itself. So it's a property, it's a Finding Nemo, and then it's an object. Star Wars is actually with an object. Harry Potter is an object. Okay. So this different format, we have that. And what's the purpose? This one actually don't have any function. So that's actually wrong, this one. We don't have any function. We don't do anything. So we do inspect, okay? We do inspect. And then inside this inspect, we can actually do movies. So we know about movie, okay? So movie is such a function, and then we can do movies, and then we do here Finding Nemo, and then we will get the object over there. Is that okay? I think this one is pretty simple. You just have this page to exercise on accessing the data field. Any question?
No.
Okay, at the end, we will actually look at building objects. Who are the building objects? Building object top level for a top level for the whole browser is called window. So we will have window.alert. Window.alert. We have window.document. What's that? Let's look at here. So the very top level actually is called window. The very top level built-in object is called window. We have the window.alert. And they say, I am happy. Window.alert will print out alert. So with window or without window is all alert because window is a top level browser object. Is that okay? So window is a built-in object. Window.alert is the same as alert because your window is the top level object. Is that okay? Any question?
No.
Tony, are you okay?
Yes.
So far, okay? So this is a built-in object. This window object is the browser. Okay, so we have window.alert, window.prompt, different functions, but those functions belong to Windows, okay? Belong to Windows. It's just something like that, okay? Okay, and there's a window.array, there's a window.string, there's a window.number. So we can use A equals new array because the array is an existing prototype object under window. Is that okay? Is that okay? So basically, you have the window. Window is the top level object. Under window, you will have a prototype called object. There's a prototype called array. There's a prototype called string. So when we ever new object, we really new the object under this windows, and that object actually is empty object. Is that okay? And we can also do new array, and that will use the window.array. Is that okay? So there are also some global variables such as window.infinity, right? Max value, mean value. Is that okay? Something like that. Okay, mean value or max value you can do. Okay, so that's a built-in object. Okay, so 42 is also a built-in object. Okay, number you can do new number Boolean, new number Boolean string. They are all built-in function. Okay, it's a wrapper class for creating it. Window.alert is also a built-in function. Okay, and each wrapper class, each number will have the value of that will convert strings to string. Okay. Okay, so here we have built-in function from window. These different functions are all under window. You have character add, concatenate, index of, replace, splice to lowercase to uppercase. Look like all of the Java function you have it. Okay, for your string. Okay, and then we have the string function. We have date object. Okay, we also have the date object, just like Java. We have mesh.square, mesh.random. Okay, we also have mesh.square, mesh.random, and mesh.floor, mesh.ceiling. Okay, mesh.e, mesh.pi. Okay, these are built-in objects. Okay, so today up to here. We don't have time to let you practice something. Okay, next week I'll try to give you some project to work on. Is that okay? Today we just have enough time to go over the whole chapter 4. Okay, any question? Ryan, any question?
No.
No? Okay. If no, that's it for today. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye now.
Thank you.
Bye bye.